invoices totaling $769,514.13. You guys should have a copy to print out. And just like to point out there that we did add an extra item. Invoices are available for review in the finance office. It's a new recommendation for open meetings. Those invoices are always available if anybody wants to see.
Are you talking just about us or just?
Public.
the public?
Anybody that would want to see what we're paying has the right to come and look at the invoices.
How's everybody staying?
On a quiet week, maybe.
Really excited.
Item B, monthly financial statement for January. You want me to talk about this or wait till the end?
Go ahead.
Which one?
Now.
The food service program?
Oh, you want to know? No. No.
Okay.
Wait till the end.
Okay. Financial statements, you need a lesson?
I have a question, Bertie.
Okay.
I see what our substitute professional number is there. Has the state board requested that from you yet?
Provided Ms. Lucas with some numbers, and I'm not sure, did they request that from you, Ms. Lucas?
No, they have not requested it. I'm anticipating the request. So I had Bertie to go ahead and run those for me.
Are we privy to that information also?
Absolutely. I was thinking that it's in this report here.
Go to the last page, and this will give you the balance as of, up through January, page 21.
I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about the names of the people.
Oh, names.
That's what the
Yes.
state's gonna request.
Yes. We could run that, and yes, you are correct.
I've seen
Okay.
this, I know what it is.
Yeah, actually, we can do it
Aren't they
history.
gonna request 5 years? So they can,
I haven't heard, Fred. But if you guys would request the information from me, I can certainly provide you how many days everyone in our system has missed.
And you would see, you will see.
Yeah, you
we
can
don't
see that.
want to use
How many
up a whole
days?
lot of pine trees, but.
Well, if we would just do maybe we would just do 1 year, like the current year, if you wanted to
Yeah.
look at something like that.
And if you wanted it, who's missed more than 5 days or.
Yeah, something like that, yeah.
10 days or
Yeah,
something like
Because
that.
everybody's gonna miss, I mean, I
Yes.
understand that,
Especially with the flu season that went on.
but I understand the state's gonna request
Yes,
a 5-year period.
and that's what she had given me.
Does anything in there tell us the amount that we receive from the state versus what we spend, or do you just have a rough idea of what that is?
I believe it's 350,000, Steve. Let's see if I can,
That we spend or get?
that we get. You may not be able to see it, and you can't see it in this report, but it would be something I could certainly provide very easily.
I mean, traditionally, aren't we spending much more on
Yes, always.
substitute costs than we get?
And what happens is, you could have where a teacher is off with well, let's take Gilda, for instance. Miss Gilda's been with the board for years and has lots of sick days, and, she ended up with cancer. So we continue to pay her salary because she has sick days, and then we would have to hire a sub, and they're working every day. So there's, jobs where you're paying 2 salaries. And that really, affects your substitute cost. And, there's just always something like that going on.
Okay. We received an email regarding library funding, and Joe Panetta even sent us one. Nice of him, wasn't it?
Yes.
But could you kind of just tell us how we stand here in Lincoln County?
Yes.
As far as now, we have it in our, can you, like the levy and all that, could you tell us that, please?
Yeah. Of course, the case went before the Supreme Court, and they ruled that the special acts of legislature was unconstitutional. And there was 2 counties that fund their public libraries through their excess levy. Of course, we are one of those counties. When we did our vote back we voted on our levy in 2009, voted 8, effective 9. We put in our levy funding or you can Senate Bill 20, which goes way back, and that's how ours is funded. We currently are providing to our public library system $114,000, or $114,180. And I sent you guys, you guys all got the documentation, and I showed you the levy call. Okay. And our levy has one more year. So, you know, I don't know if we need to get a legal interpretation, what we do, but I just presented the facts as I knew them. It is in the levy, voted on by the voters, and it is by special act of the legislature.
I mean, is it specific as to how much they get?
Yes, it's very
Okay.
specific. It's called Senate Bill 20, and it is, it's based on the tax base each year, so, you know, it can go up or down depending on what the assessed value of our taxes are. And for instance, when we did our levy, based on our assessed tax value, we only had to pay $98,222. Okay? Then as the years go by and the value of your taxes go up, you know, that put us up to $114,000.
Now, Joe Panetta, in the memo he sent to all the counties, indicated the recommendation for our county was $64,000. So we're substantially higher than that, almost double, almost double.
And actually, what we've done in Lincoln County has been going on years before they ever come out with recommendations to fund public libraries. So we were way ahead of all of this by the Senate Bill 20. So way, way ahead. And then, I don't know, they've been coming out with this recommendation maybe 3 or 4 years. But prior to that, there was no recommendations from the state as to funding.
What was it under the special act, though? I think the information that I gave you all yesterday was since 1957. That was when the special act was put in place by the legislators. And that's the part that they're saying is unconstitutional, is the special act that the legislators had voted on. And they're waiting to see if it's unconstitutional. Are they allowed to have the counties place that particular item in the excess levy law? So
Of course, in ours, it's in there, we really
now we
have
do
to enforce,
nothing,
We
right?
have to abide by it.
But I guess the next one.
Yeah, we would need
That's
to
what we would have
decide.
to.
Hopefully, but then we'll know more
We'll
about
know.
the legalities.
The Senate Bill 20 that directs Lincoln County was effective May the 20th of 1986. That's when that particular bill was voted and approved.
I knew, and Mr. Curry and I talked about, in the 80s, there was another action that took place.
Yeah.
We recall that.
But I think it is something, because, you know, I'm starting to work on the excess levy for next year. We got our tax rates, and so I know what our excess levy is going to generate. So I know what our levy costs, you know, what I can put in there, so we need to decide, do we want to, or can we? I guess can we
That's
is the
part.
question.
It's the can we,
Yeah, can we
not
do
whether
continue?
we want to, it's whether can we.
And,
If we can and want to, is how much
Yes.
would be the third question.
yes, and then, of course, you know, the public library system really needs to know, because they're gonna have to come up with some funding very fast, because, you know, you take $114,000 out of their funding sources, it'd be really, really bad for our public library system, so we'll want to work through that very gently.
Who all gets that money? What library?
We simply give it to Hamlin Public Library.
That's the only
Now,
one in the county
what they,
district?
you know, what they do and how they fund it, it belongs to the library at that point in time.
To the library board, is that what you said?
Yes, the Hamlin Public Library, it goes, our direction is to just the pay to the Hamlin
But
Public
there's
Library.
a library in Allen Creek, and one in Carrollsburg, right?
And it's all funded through.
So, I mean, they
Yeah.
distribute that apparently to those people, right?
I
That's
guess
what I was
that was
thinking.
my question.
That's what I was thinking, there was a library board, you know, and it's given to them and then they disperse it throughout the county.